Welcome everyone back to FPSA's Meet the Member series. I'm AJ. I'm the membership coordinator at FPSA, and today I'm joined with Eugene from the Export-Import Bank of the U.S. How are you doing today, Eugene?
Pretty good, AJ. Thanks for having me.
Great, great. Glad to have you. So today we're just going to talk about your company a bit, get to know you a little bit. And so with that being said, could you first start off by describing your company?
Sure, absolutely. The Export-Import Bank of the United States, also known as EXIM, is an independent federal government agency that helps U.S. businesses compete internationally when private sector financing is unavailable or insufficient. EXIM's mission is to support U.S. jobs by facilitating the export of U.S. made goods and services. We promote U.S. jobs by encouraging U.S. companies to expand their reach, expand their customer base internationally through exporting.
Gotcha. It's interesting. And I'm sure there's a lot of our members and members in the food industry that want to expand. They just don't know how or have the funds to
Sure,
do so.
sure.
So this is where you guys come in. Um,
Absolutely.
so I guess that's a kind of rolls into that. And it's what challenges does your business solve?
Sure. So the Export-Import Bank of the United States, we offer numerous trade finance solutions to help U.S. companies take that leap into the exporting world. One of the challenges is that a lot of U.S. companies face when they want to start exporting is the risk of non-payment. Because some might say, well, our domestic market is really strong. Why would I want to take that risk of going overseas and then sending a pallet, sending a product, a service, some goods, and then what happens if I don't get paid? Uh, so the Export Import Bank, we have a product called Export Credit Insurance, and what that is an insurance policy that protects the U.S. companies from the risk of non-payment. This also is a competitive tool that allows U.S. companies to offer credit terms to their international buyers so that they can be more competitive versus requiring cash up front. Everybody wants to pay on terms. Export credit insurance allows U.S. companies to essentially even the playing field, so to speak, and allows them to be competitive on that global marketplace. Another service or product that we provide another challenge that we can fix is working capital. So a lot of U.S. companies, they need additional working capital to fulfill export orders, to produce additional goods, and hire staff to complete services. The Export Import Bank, we can work with private sector lenders on ensuring that working capital gets provided to these U.S. companies through loan guarantees, where the government will essentially guarantee a loan from the private sector lender to the U.S. company to ensure that, hey, you guys can have access to working capital needed to fulfill these export transactions. And then lastly, a third challenge that we provide is we can offer financing to a foreign buyer. So let's say if you are a U.S. manufacturer, particularly of a U.S. made manufacturing item, and you have a foreign buyer who wants to purchase that U.S. made manufacturing item, we at XM can provide that your foreign buyer financing that they normally wouldn't have access to in order to complete that sale. So again, this is another solution that the Export Import Bank can provide U.S. companies and their foreign buyers to essentially complete the transaction, make them more competitive on the global scale.
Wow, that's fascinating. I would never have realized how much you guys can do, and I'm sure a lot of our members would have no idea either until watching this back. So yeah, I guess finally the third question I have is, what about your company do you think more people should know?
Just frankly, who we are. Oftentimes, whenever I'm out in the field or I'm at trade shows or conferences, and I say, "Oh, I work for the Export Import Bank of the United States," I get this,
Yeah,
crazed look of who? what? Oh, so you're part of commerce or you're part of the Treasury Department. No, 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 no. We are an independent government agency, federal government agency, should I say. We've been in existence since 1992. I'm not 92. We've been in existence for 92 years. And well, just companies don't know that EXIM exists. I'm here to tell you EXIM does exist, and we play a very vital role in ensuring U.S. companies are competitive on the global marketplace, ensuring that they have the access to capital, ensuring that they have the tools needed to expand their customer base. Here's an interesting fact that I'll leave for your members. 95% of the world's buying power is located outside of the United States. So think about that for a moment.
Yeah,
For those who say, "Oh, our domestic market is strong. We don't need to expand. We're good with just targeting the United States." Okay, fair statement. But if I told you that I could take the risk out of exporting and introduce you to 95% more of the world's buying power, who, as we all know, everyone across the world loves US made products first because they know about the quality, they know that it's a good product. Wouldn't you want to take that risk? Or nevertheless, wouldn't you want to have a conversation to say, hey, how can you help me? And as a U.S. government agency, our mission is to support U.S. companies to get your products out to the world marketplace. So if you aren't a fit for EXIM right now, we have other sister agencies that can help you in other aspects of exporting, like the United States Commercial Service and the Department of Commerce, Small Business Administration, and so forth. So I would say let's have a conversation. Let's get this dialogue started and see what we can do.
for the members that are interested and wanting to learn more about it, how would they get in touch with you?
Sure, AJ. So if you go to our website, which is www.exim.gov, and request a consultation, it's a short form that you can fill out where it'll get you in touch with a business development officer here at Exim, and then they will get back to you with your free consultation. Like I said, we have business development officers located here at our headquarters in DC and throughout the country at our various regional offices that service different parts of the country. But nevertheless, like I said, it's a free consultation. Just go to exim.gov, fill out that form, and one of our business development officers will get in touch with you. And like I said, it's a conversation that would be silly not to have. So I
100%.
encourage everyone to do so.